7. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And for the Spurs, it's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Derek White is out there with Murray, and it's DeRozan in at the 3 slot. And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. White against Richardson, and it's White missing.
The Spurs in a transition period. No Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Kawhi Leonard, all retired or have moved on. Interesting to see how they stay competitive.
And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in.
Savvy assist by the veteran Aldridge. Sees the missed defensive rotation and takes advantage.
The shot's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Horford the pass to Simmons. Here's Embiid. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Steve, the Spurs have great consistency, but you have to wonder, how does this team find its way back into title contention?
Yes, Kevin, great question. Losing Kawhi Leonard, it really hurt the San Antonio Spurs. This organization has to do some soul searching on how that went bad. But how they do it, they have to draft great again. They have to keep developing young players, and that chemistry has to continue to be elite.
Murray with it, outguarded by Simmons. Richardson with the double team. There's the pass to Pirtle. Fires for 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They are out of rhythm. 1 for 5 so far. You just need to calm down and reward your matchups.
The dish to Horford. Shoots over DeRozan. Embiid trying to break loose. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Embiid.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
The Spurs making a switch here. Gay's checked in. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Not a fast start here for the Spurs. 6-point game. And DeRozan kicks to Gay. Inside, Aldridge. And it's sent back by Horford. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That is his first foul of the game. The 76ers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And Embiid throws it down.
And passes like that demonstrate the winning mindset Simmons has. A guy that wants to get his team involved.
Passes it to DeRozan. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Steve, nothing finer than having a star on your team who also makes everyone else feel better, feel involved, right?
You're totally right, Kevin. I talked to a lot of these general managers and owners, and they talk about they're looking for the unselfish star. Not just the star, the unselfish star. And what they mean by that, on the court, off the court, the guy that understands it's about team versus him.
Simmons finds Embiid. No good on that one. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Here's DeRozan. Some solid defense from Harris.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Here's Simmons. It's good. Simmons got 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Down low. And Simmons slams it in.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks. but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
And the Spurs with some changes. Acapurdo comes in for Rudy Gay. And Damari Carroll subbed in for White. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Now here is Aldridge. He's still scoreless so far in this one. DeRozan gets the bucket. Here's Simmons. 30 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And Aldridge comes over to help. And O'Quinn kicks to Harris. Pass to Horford. He dishes it to O'Quinn. Back to Horford. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. He's got 6.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Left side, DeRozan takes a 3. He doesn't hit that one. From deep. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Philadelphia ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with it.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the 76ers, what are your thoughts?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Pirtle is out there with Trey Lyles. Then it's Damari Carroll. Then it's Mills. And it's Forbes in at the 2 spot. So that's who San Antonio starts the second round. And the guard, Bryn Forbes, won back-to-back state championships as a high schooler in the state of Michigan. A couple years at Cleveland State, then transferred back to the state of Michigan and played at Michigan State.
And after that time at Michigan State, he went undrafted, but Kevin really has developed into a steady rotation player in the NBA. And by the way, quite a knockdown shooter. A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Simmons dishes to Embiid. Simmons passes to Embiid. Mills with the steal. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Forbes can't get it to go. The 76ers leading by 6. To the inside. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Lyles. He trains the quick shot. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Well, NBA offense is requiring spacing, and Bryn Forbes, a shooter who could not be left open.
Not at all. He's a gunner, still rounding out his game, but the foundation laid is with his marksmanship.
We toast, West Coast, we brag, we boast, then travel across the globe, turn that loud as it goes, been counting pounds and euros, I can't be playing with these, they bad, I know. Go ahead, get you some, yeah, man, just lost in the
Rudy Gay's checked in for San Antonio. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Burke finds Embiid. Here's Thibault. Back to Embiid. And here comes Bellinelli leading the fast break. Nifty move. And it's good on the layup. Bellinelli's got 5.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Here's Thibault. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lyles. And the 76ers making a change here. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Bellinelli. Here's Forbes. And it's all evened up. Forbes has got 4 points this quarter.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on D.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. And Philadelphia calls time here. Defensively, Smitty, why do we see more full-court press in college than we do in the NBA?
You know, the guards are better at the NBA level, and I think also your five-man, who usually a guy who can't bring it up, they're pretty good at the NBA level. Just overall, Kevin, the skill level at the NBA level is better at college, so you can't really trap guys and pick on one guy who's not equipped.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for the 76ers. Smith comes in for Tobias Harris.
Last season, it took some time for the Spurs to gel with the early injuries and new faces. They played their best basketball down the stretch. Took the second-seeded Nuggets to 7 games.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Simmons. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. In the back half of last season, the Spurs posting a 9-game winning streak. Steve, what changed for them?
You know, Kevin, for me, they toughened up their defense. They moved Jakob Poeltl into the starting lineup at the 5 position. And they found that chemistry and they got going.
There's 1:17 left in the second quarter. And stolen by Richardson. And now the 76ers on the break. And Simmons slams it in.
And that's how you start the fast break. Josh Richardson forcing the turnover. He did that in college, and he's doing it now.
Mills passes to Lyles, and it's good. 2 points. Lyles got his second bucket.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Simmons looking around. Gay trying to break free. No good from Simmons.
Got to recognize the situation, trying to get a 2-for-1.
Absolutely, but at the same time, you want to get a good shot.
Stolen by Gay. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 4 rebounds now tonight. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Simmons with it. Gay picks him up defensively. For 3, Richardson. Another miss by Philadelphia. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. They trail by 1. And stolen by Simmons. And here they come. Up the floor. Here's Smith. Offensive rebound with 4 seconds on the clock.
Intent on keeping that possession alive. Simmons uses his height to his advantage.
And here's Mills from the arc. And that one released in time, but no good. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Philadelphia ahead, lead.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, Ben Simmons had it going on in the first quarter. He ended up with 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway? That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks. Goodbye.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Basketball 101. You've got to put a body on him. Unfortunately, that's a fundamental that's gone by the wayside.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And so, in the game for the 76ers, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And Simmons slams it in.
And how about the slashing ability of Simmons, really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive mentality. And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young. He still has a very bright future.
They double him with Horford. Murray finds Aldridge. And the shot is long.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
And it's Simmons penetrating.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
San Antonio calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And Philadelphia making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in. Spurs trail by 7. To the middle. Here's Pirtle. Outside for Murray. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And Murray winning second team all defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
The Spurs shooting here about 46% for the game. DeRozan and Embiid with the block. And they're able to recover. Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
A hard worker who really ferociously strives to improve. Simmons tonight has been unstoppable at the offensive end.
Stolen by O'Quinn. Outside, Simmons. And he uses the glass on the layup. Simmons got the lead up to 13 now for Philadelphia.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And DeRozan kicks to Aldridge. Aldridge double-teamed. Here's Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by Philadelphia.
Timeout called the 76ers. Smitty, you played with the U.S. national team. Would you say they allow more physicality in FIBA than they do in the NBA?
No, I think, Kevin, different parts of the game, there's more physicality. Like on the free throw line, boxing out. Like going up for rebounds, they let a lot more than we're used to go. But usually the NBA players adjust, and they find their way.
Tamari Carroll's checked in for Pirtle. The 76ers leading by 11. Neto, the pass to Bolden. He feeds it to O'Quinn. Here's Bolden. That one goes. Count it.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Murray finds Carroll. Back to Murray. Spurs passing it around. And now the 76ers on the break. And that one's good. Thibault. And the 76ers lead by 15.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
White the pass to DeRozan. Banked in off the glass. DeRozan's got 9.
He's so explosive. DeRozan able to make plays inside, causing the defense to have to make a tough decision.
Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers, and I think it makes sense for both sides, and he fits nicely next to Embiid.
Slowly but surely, Harris continues to elevate his game. The shooting, the playmaking, the ability to make a difference.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Neto. White covering. Neto kicks to Harris. 5 to shoot. Launches a 3. San Antonio with the rebound. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
Pass to Bolden. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Murray kicks to Aldridge. Out of bounds, it'll be 76ers ball. A different look now for San Antonio. Lyles checked in for Aldridge. Gay comes in for Derek White. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Murray. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Now Smith. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 11 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Scott, and it's Scott with the jam.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Ben's. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Bellinelli. Rudy Gay is out there with Lyles. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Forbes in at the point guard. That's the San Antonio foul. The shot by Bellinelli, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
That's a beautiful move by Josh Richardson. And the defense, you gotta be better than this. Can't allow a blow-by.
And the pass to Lyles. He kicks it to Gay. No good from outside. Philadelphia leading by 19 points. The feed now to Simmons. Embiid in the corner. And a miss there on the triple.
It's so hard to keep the defense honest when you miss wide open looks like that.
Forbes the pass to Lyles. And he banks in the layup.
Cutting his teeth in the Spurs system, Forbes has improved at keeping his eyes up and finding the open man.
To the paint, here's Embiid, and that one good. And the 76ers lead by 19.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Gay trying to break free. Lyles, beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Lyles got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Simmons dishes to Horford. And it's Rudy Gay with the rebound. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. And the rejection by Embiid. Here's DeRozan. The second chance effort. They recover it. Over Harris. Tries it again. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Harris.
A sneaky move by DeRozan. Catches the defender leaning and draws the foul.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Trey Lyles. Aldridge comes in for Rudy Gay. Derek White's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And Murray subbed in for Bryn Forbes. Timeout called the 76ers.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Zaire Smith, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Brett Brown's huddle with his team. His point to them was that they put themselves in the position to succeed and that this is their game to lose. So he needs to see full concentration out of every guy on the court to finish this one off. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys.
You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like there.
Simmons against Murray. Passes it to Aldridge. Back to Murray. White against Smith. It's stolen by Smith.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the 76ers.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Ben Simmons.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Medu, he's checked in for Aldridge. Damari Carroll comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Walker's checked in for Derek White. It's Mills in for Murray. Yes, that goes in.
That one's going to be the final dagger, and these guys can now celebrate.
This has been flat out a dominant performance. They earned this victory all the way.
Pass to Walker. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Pass to Medu. Mills in the corner. Takes the three. Hits the three-point bomb.
And this is where Mills kills you. Tremendous range.
Now the 76ers with it. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Feeds to Horford. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carryovers into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
Yeah, they sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
And the shot is good.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Simmons left side. And Embiid throws it down.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, impressive play in the paint. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. This one was over well.